Twice as much for a nickel too. Pepsi Cola is the drink for you. That was then, but this is now.
Sometimes it takes a sax or a sound that's a little more relaxed. It might take some rock and roll or just some blue-eyed soul.
But we do whatever it takes to get customers through your door. Cause the client is the star with a jingle from Ken-R. We do whatever it takes at Ken-R. There's a little touch of magic in each track we do, but it's always right on target because we listen to you. The message is in the music.
We hear you.
And that's why we say at Ken-R. The mighty 1490.
Now this would be really neat if we could do it all at once. I don't want to, the whole thing's only 4 seconds.
Radar. They're still right there. Satellite weather. Satellite weather.
I think it sounds good the way it is.
Yeah, band is doing it right on one.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Sound souvenir. Okay, no.
The
mighty 1490.
Sounds metallic.
Yeah, that's
Hello?
it.
Yeah, that's better.
Hey! Check, check, check. Ah, now we're getting wet.
The mighty 1490.
One more for togetherness.
The mighty 1490.
Yes. Okay, let's do other people.
The mighty 1490.
Okay.
The mighty 1490. The mighty 1490. The mighty 1490.
Cool.
Cha-ching.
It's V. I can't see it. V.
Riser is on top. Sing number 1, it says. Rieger. Alex Rieger.
Yeah.
Rieger.
That's just what I was thinking.
Hit 95.
It's coming out hit 95.
Hit 95. Hit 95. Satellite weather.
Sorry.
Sound souvenir. KD radio. At Ken-R Incorporated, we're here to play. Whatever it takes.
I am Doug Nickel. Doug to you. People call me Nick. And I've been singing with you since I started teaching at the university in 1979, and I think it was that winter, right around Christmas time. So that's been, 14 years? Yeah, 14 years.
That makes you pretty old.
That makes me very old, because I was old when I started, let alone now.
We have some pictures of you then, and you haven't aged that much.
Oh, yeah, I have. I've gained a little weight, a little grayer, but I'm so much smarter.
Mm-hmm. You've had more girls since then.
Yes.
I mean daughters, I don't mean...
I told you not to get into that. Yes, there have been several changes in my life since that time. I've lived in about 5 or 6 different places, and I'm now renting from you. So it works out well.
And how do you think the jingles that we do and the performance on the jingles have changed in?
Oh my! We are, all of us together, so much better than we've ever been before. You have better equipment, and you are the fastest engineer I've ever worked with. And we just sing better. We've gotten smarter over the years. Lisa and I have been singing that entire time, and when we make mistakes, we make the same mistakes at the same time.
The way you sing, it sounds like you've been living with her.
Well, that's one woman I have not lived.
Breakfast of Champions.
Ben, tell us a little bit about how you started singing jingles with us, when it was, and what your impressions of all of this are.
Well, the first time I sang jingles for you, I was not into the jingle thing at all. Had never been in a studio in my life, and Nick had to be out of town, and he called me and wanted to know if I could fill in for him. And then you called, and we worked this whole thing out. We were here for, I think it started at 10:30, and we got out at 2 o'clock. Thank you. In the morning, having sung 5 jingles.
Oh, geez, Louise.
So that set me back a bit. You didn't invite me back for about 5 years. But anyway, since then I've been doing this for 5 years now, and it's a ball. Love it. Just love it. It's great fun, good musicians, a neat challenge that I look forward to every week.
Now, you obviously are active in other types of singing and other types of musical kinds of things. So how do you see the jingle discipline as being different from the other types of singing that you do?
Time is money. It's quality, and it needs to be now. And I love that challenge personally, because there's no time to dilly-dally, and everyone works together to try to figure it out. And it's a real team-oriented thing almost. Everybody's looking out for each other and helping, and I really love the people.
I'm always amazed at how fast you guys can do stuff now compared to even just a few years ago.
It amazes me if I can just keep up.
But in a typical session, we'll get through 3 or 4 commercial jingles and maybe 15 ID jingles, or something like that. And you guys just do it. And what is it like being on the other side of the glass?
Well, it's neat when you can sit there and just rattle them off one after another, and it's great stuff. I mean, if we were singing boring little ditties that about any second-year music student could do, well, that wouldn't be all that fun. But this is some really challenging stuff with varied styles. That's what's really fun about it. So, you sing a country tune, and you turn right around and do a L.A. jazz kind of sound right after that, and that's what's neat about it.
I sure like having you in the group.
Yeah, I love it.
For a young guy, you do a pretty good job.
Well, thank you.
Hello, I'm Mr. Plow. No. I'm DJ Heiner, and
it's like this every week,
I guess I've been singing for about 3.5, going on 4 years now. Came in just to listen. At least that's what I thought. But I remember you had something planned for me to sing, because the guys had put a bug in your ear about me. And the very first day I walked into the studio, I sang on a jingle. I think it was a WOHO thing.
Is that right?
Yeah. Well, not first time we ever met, because we met through Shenanigans.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We recorded the album for Shenanigans.
Yep.
Well, what do you think about this whole jingle thing?
It's great. It was something that I always thought I'd like to do, but never knew how I could get my foot in the door. And then I met Ben and Nick, and started out as a substitute for Ben, if you remember, when he couldn't make it. And then you decided you liked the sound, and so added me as a fourth singer. It's a great gig, and it's pretty easy work. I mean, for those of us who can, which all of us can,
How do you feel what we're singing now compares to what we were singing when you started?
Oh, everything is better. I mean, we're better singing as a group because we're used to each other, the foursome, and you're better at recording us, and the technological advances are such that even if we sang the same way we did, we'd still sound better.
Well, are there any amusing incidents that you want to relate, or any goofy impressions that you'd like to share with us?
No, other than I'd just like to say that you deserve an Emmy for your performance in the John from Banner Mattress scandal.
John Gate.
John Gate, because you had to face me. Ben set it up and it was masterful, but you had to look me in the eye and lie to me, you bastard.
Well,
so that's why I try and crack him up and screw him up at every possible opportunity, doing stupid little things that no one else would think funny, like, oh!
Well, I just want you to make sure that it's understood that there's no such thing as paybacks for this, because I'm not in the Ritz. I'm not a part of that organization.
Well, I know
So
who
I'm out of
signs.
the loop.
I know who signs the checks, and I'm not stupid. So.
Okay, that's it for Deej. It's been and all like that.
Okay, well, my name is Lisa Young. Has been a few other names in the years that we've been together.
I think it started off being Lisa
Miller, and then Schlevert, and then, well, it was Schlevert for a while, and then Young, and then Sting.
And then every
Staying
time
young.
the police catch on to your identity.
Yeah, then I have to shift it over again.
Mhm.
I've been with Ken for 14 years, singing jingles, 14 years, enjoying every minute of it.
What are your impressions of this type of singing? Because you do other types of singing on occasion too. What do you think about jingles, and how does it feel being on the other side of the glass wall?
Well, jingles are very challenging. They require a lot of shifting gears, a lot of versatility, a lot of precision. It's great as opposed to other singing because the only audience is your peers and people that you are friends with and respect, and there's
And an
not
occasional dorky client.
and an occasional dorky client offering their opinion, but it's wonderful because you can be casual and relaxed and just do your job and enjoy the sound. And, you know, most of the jingles we do are very enjoyable.
What are some of the ones that you don't like doing?
You really want to know? Or you
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Well, the country ones leave me a little cold, you know. But
And
I
what
like
about the silly ones we do for England all the time?
some of those are nice. I don't even mind them, you know. Those are okay.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess the country ones leave me cold, and some of the 50s rock doesn't do much for me. But I love anything that's jazz oriented with the lush harmonies. And
Are there any amusing incidents that you wish to relay and get on tape for posterity here?
musical incidents
Or
that
just
that have
amusing
happened?
incidents or anything?
Oh, amusing!
funny?
I thought you
Yeah.
said musical. Oh, gee, we just amuse ourselves every time we show up. Gosh, I can't think of one offhand.
Well, how do you feel when you hear? I'm sure from time to time you hear something that we do on the air.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still listen and say, "Hey, that's us"?
Yes, I certainly do.
And
It's still fresh. 14 years later, I still say, "Hey, that's me." And my parents still listen for my jingles. And yep.
well, you're kind of the senior member of the group. I mean,
As
not
it
in
were.
age, but in seniority. And,
Yes, that's true.
And you sort of have a cult following. I mean, it's the Dallas group, and then it's us, and you're the lead
That's
singer.
a great
and-
feeling too, because when we first started out, we just idolized the Dallas and the LA people, and we have to remind ourselves from time to time. Yes, we are very close to them. You know.
Mhm. Many stations
we're-
actually prefer our group in an A/B test.
Mm-hmm.
They'll hear the Dallas group on one demo, and they'll hear us on the other demo, and they pick us.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's because we're less expensive by a little bit, but sometimes it's because they think we're better.
Yeah.
A little brighter sound,
Yeah,
a little more
that's
contemporary, that kind
It's
of
a real good feeling.
thing. Okay, I think that's it. I think we're going to get us all on the couch here for just a minute.
Here's a story of a lovely lady.
Well, what are we supposed to do?
I have no idea. I just thought it would be nice to.
Oh.
Let me ask you a question.
All
What
right.
if you guys both worked together for so long?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite jingle that you can all agree upon?
Okay, Doug. Favorite jingle.
I like the one that Ken and I collaborated on, which was WPMS. Remember that?
Oh, yes.
WPMS.
Don't touch that dial.
I like the one that was Zits or Us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
What's your favorite?
I really like the da 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 da.
Yeah.
Hospital radio.
Gee.
Hospital radio.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, and seriously though, I really loved, and unfortunately it's before DJ was around, the one you did for Chicago. Was it
Oh, yeah,
Chicago
that was probably
Public Television
One of
Station?
the top three.
That was a piece
Chicago
of cake.
radio.
Oh man,
That is wonderful.
piece of work.
And one
Even
that
my
we did-
ex-husband still listens to that tape. He told me he was listening to it.
I think the first year that we sang together,
Yeah.
that I worked for you, Richard Chevy one that I still like.
Oh,
Isn't
man.
that the Richard Chevy up ahead? Well, yeah.
I think that jingle pretty much put him out of business.
What was the cookie one?
Fred's famous. Fred's
Juicy
famous.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
neat.
that was
fun.
excellent. That's really up there for me. That's one of the top three too.
Yeah, that was a marquee work.
Fred's famous chunky cookies and payless. Remember
The thing that I think about when I play some of these things back, and I really like listening to them, but I'm just amazed and appalled at the small amount of time that we have to do them.
Yeah.
The small amount of time that I have to bring the track together, and the small amount of time that we can devote to it in the
Yeah.
studio and still get through all the stuff we have to sing. And the fact that they're as good as they are, and people like them as well as they do, that we're in business after all this time, is a tribute to you guys and how you sing them. I mean, our sound that we get, people compare to everywhere, to LA and Chicago and Nashville jingles and stuff.
Well, I can't imagine a better team all around.
What do you mean by that?
You know, I mean, you talk about total trust of each other, and you know, you're open to listen to suggestions, and all of us can.
Well, sometimes those
do
suggestions
that.
save the jingle, and I realize that.
Well, and I really like days like this, you know, where we are taking our typical break the way we typically do, and the camera just
Yeah.
happens to be there.
I mean, we usually do sit back and reminisce. Where's that harp music, Ken?
Sit around on the couch.
All right, Mr. Blau.
Or
that's
stand by
that name again is Mr. Blau. That's my favorite jingle.
Okay. Well, I think that about wraps it up from Jingle Land, so everybody say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hit 95.